Hey, Kaiju here. Today we'll talk about Evangelion, the fictional origin story, and the events that happened leading up to the beginning of the TV series and the rebuild movies. Evangelion is one of those shows that's better enjoyed without fully understanding it. In fact, if you start breaking it down too much and start to explain everything, it turns into some sort of pseudo-religious, pseudo-science mumbo-jumbo. In my opinion, I think the magic of Evangelion is that they're able to explain just enough to keep the fans wanting more. And it's almost better that way, because if you actually try to explain the story in a linear fashion, it begins to sound ridiculous. Because it's actually about aliens, secret organizations, conspiracies, and cover-ups. Oh yeah, and the world exists in a time loop. So put on your tinfoil hat, like and subscribe. Let's do this. The story of Evangelion exists in a time loop. Exactly when the time loop started was never specified. But that's okay, we don't need to know that. What we know is, everything started billions of years ago. There was a species of highly intelligent extraterrestrial life. They're called the first ancestral race. Basically smart, godlike aliens. For reasons unknown, they decided to populate the planets. Instead of passing down all of their godlike powers, they split them into two. No one knows why, but they're gods, and they're aliens, so what do I know? Their powers are put into two types of eggs to create two different life forms. One called the fruit of life, the other one the fruit of knowledge. And all these eggs are called seeds of life. The aliens sent seeds of life to different planets to pass down their genes. Planets assigned with the fruit of life will create life forms that are physically large, powerful, and have unlimited life energy. Life forms like angels, Adam or atoms, depending on which time loop you're looking at, are examples of fruit of life, and angels are the life they created. The other seed of life, the fruit of knowledge, creates life forms that are smart and can use science and technology, but they are physically weak. An example of fruit of knowledge is Lilith, and the life it creates are called Lilins, aka humans. Each planet will only have one seed of life, and to prevent the planet from having too many seeds, there's a safety device in each package to deactivate the seed and stop it from creating more life. And that device is a spear. The spear Longinus is an example. Another thing the alien contains in this package is an instruction manual, and that's a secret Dead Sea Scrolls. Not to be confused with the regular Dead Sea Scrolls. It contains instructions on how to use all the stuff we mentioned before, and also prophecies and alien knowledge. And we'll get to the part why it's called a secret Dead Sea Scrolls later. Now that the aliens have all the parts, now it's time for packaging. The fruit of life that creates angels are put into the white moon, and there's a spear to stop it, and an instruction manual. The fruit of knowledge that creates humans are put into the black moon, and there's a spear and an instruction manual. Now we're ready to send them to planets. Each planet will only get one moon, either the black or the white. And here's what started the events of Evangelion. Earth was assigned to become a planet of angels. And they dropped which color moon? That's right, the white moon. So they dropped the white moon that contains the fruit of life in the South Pole. Everything's going well, but then something happened. Another moon collided with Earth, and it's a black moon containing the fruit of knowledge. You're not supposed to have the fruit of life and the fruit of knowledge on the same planet. You can't. I didn't make the rules. The smart aliens did. No one knows how this happened. It's just too smart for us to understand. The collision of black moon caused a huge impact, and it's called the first impact. It created a giant crater where Japan is in present day, and the debris went into orbit and formed the moon. In theory, everything should be okay because there's a spear that can stop everything in case something goes wrong. But the spear inside the black moon was lost or destroyed, we don't know. Without the spear to deactivate it, the fruit of knowledge, Lilith, starts going hard on creating babies. And the fruit of life in the South Pole has to stop creating angels, and is deactivated by its own spear. And the angels are not happy about it because they lost their planet. The offsprings of Lilith are allowed to grow and evolve for billions of years. Fast forward billions of years, the offsprings of the fruit of knowledge, humans, were born. And then we fast forward a little bit more. As the human civilization evolved, a powerful and wealthy secret organization was formed called Zila. No one knows exactly when the organization was formed because they're so secret. And they found the Dead Sea Scrolls from the aliens. As a cover-up, they put a fake or useless Dead Sea Scroll in a museum. and they kept the secret Dead Sea Scrolls for themselves, which gave them alien prophecies and knowledge. Prophecies such as the arrival of angels, down to the exact date that each one will arrive, knowledge about Evangelions and its pilots, and most importantly, how to become as powerful as the godlike aliens. And of course, the super wealthy people from Zila loved that, and they started working on obtaining that godlike power in secret, and they called that project the Human Instrumentality Project, which will fuse all life on Earth into a single powerful life form. And they can achieve this by obtaining the power of both the Fruit of Life and the Fruit of Knowledge. When those powers combine, an impact will occur. All lives on Earth will begin to lose individuality. And in order for the members of Zila to be in control of this godlike being, certain conditions have to be met. And they started the creation of Evangelions to help achieve that. The Evangelions are giant cyborg creatures, cloned from Adam, or in the case of Union 1, Lilith. There are two purposes for the Evangelions. The first purpose is to fight off the angels. The second purpose is to become vessels for the souls of the Zila members, and bring about the third impact under their control. In the year 1998, the 21-year-old Yui and her friend, 16-year-old Mari Makinami, are both research students at the Kyoto University. Yui meets the 31-year-old Gendo. In the year 1999, Gendo recruited Yui to join Zila. In the year 2000, Zila sent Dr. Katsuraki, Misato's father, to the South Pole to conduct experiments on the deactivated white moon containing the Fruit of Life that's been there for billions of years. Without knowing the true danger of the experiment, Dr. Katsuraki brought the young Misato with him to the South Pole, thinking it's going to be all fun and games. Wrong. Depending on the source material, they've conducted different mysterious experiments. All of them led to the second impact. In the TV series Time Loop, Gendo was also at the South Pole and left with the research data before the second impact happened. It was also around this time Shinji Ikari was conceived. At the South Pole, and the scientists conducted a contact experiment, fusing the human DNA with the deactivated Fruit of Life, Adam. The experiment reawakened the Fruit of Life, initiating the second impact, a giant explosion in the South Pole, and the Fruit of Life, Adam, began to destroy all lives created by the Fruit of Knowledge, to reclaim Earth as a planet of angels. The scientists used the Spear of Longinus to stop the second impact, but they perished in the process. Misato was put on a lifeboat by her father and was the only survivor. After the second impact was stopped, in a TV time loop, Adam's soul was separated from his body. The soul created Kaworu Nagisa, and the physical body of Adam was turned into an embryonic state. The now much smaller, portable Adam is much easier to carry around, so they can hide it from the angels later. In the rebuild movies, which is considered a different time loop, did not go into details, but we do know there are 4 Adams in the movie version, and the experiment also caused the second impact, and the 4 Adams might have turned into Zila's Evangelions, such as Mark 6, Evangelion 13, or even Mark 9, or the Key of Nebuchadnezzar, which is the movie version of the embryonic Adam. Although there are some differences between the movie and the TV series, the resulting disasters caused by the second impact are the same. It shifted the Earth's axis, which caused the melting of the ice caps, and the resulting tsunami killed over 2 billion people on Earth. The environmental change also caused resource scarcity, resulting in wars between countries. Many nations were destroyed. In February 2001, a treaty was signed to stop the wars. In the same year, Shinji and other potential pilots, such as Asuka, were born. Zila, who was secretly in control of the UN, used the opportunity to take over the world's military power. The events of Second Impact was covered up as a meteor impact in the South Pole. All the events up to this point have been prophesied by the secret Dead Sea Scrolls. The next prophecy predicted the arrival of angels, starting in the year 2015. In an effort to take over the Earth, the angels, the product of Fruit of Life, will attempt to make contact with the Fruit of Knowledge, Lilith, to cause the third impact, becoming godlike beings and turn Earth into a planet of angels. The location of Lilith is where it fell onto Earth billions of years ago, the modern-day Japan. Its spherical container, the Black Moon, is still intact, but submerged underground. In the year 2003, Zila also began the creation of Evangelions. They funded Gehern, predecessor of NERV, and built its headquarters inside the cavity of the Black Moon, called Geofront. Gendo is in charge of Gehern, tasked with the research and development of the Evangelions, and the supercomputer Magi, which was created by Rizko's mother, Naoko Akagi. In the year 2004, during an experiment to create Evangelion, An accident happened, and Yui's soul was absorbed into Unit 1. Gendo was crushed, and Shinji was sent to a distant relative. Gendo salvaged Yui's remains, cloning Yui's body, hoping to bring back her soul. The experiment failed, resulting in the creation of Rei Ayanami 1, the first of Yui's clones. It was also during this time Gendo began his secret plan to hijack the Human Instrumentality Project from Zilla. So when all life fused into one, he can reunite with Yui again. In 2005, Asuka was selected to be the second child, the second EVA pilot. Asuka's mother committed suicide the same year. The story is a little bit different here between TV and Rebuild. It is possible her clones from the Rebuild series were created around this year. In the same year, Zilla, who has now taken over the world, rebuilt Tokyo as a transforming fortress directly above the Black Moon and Lilith in order to prevent the angels from stealing the third impact. In 2008, Ritsuko Akagi joins her mother to work on a supercomputer Magi. She finds out her mother's affair with Gendo. In 2009, Ryoji Kaji and Misato joins Gahern. In 2010, the supercomputer Magi was finished. Rei was strangled and killed by Naoko, and Naoko committed suicide on top of Magi. For that reason, in 2010, Gahern turned into NERV and expanded its headquarters within Geofront. To the public, NERV is a special organization that protects mankind from the unexpected attacks of the angels. But that's another cover-up story made up by Zilla. The main goal of NERV is to complete the Human Instrumentality Project under the supervision of Zilla. Sometime before 2015, Rei 2 was created and began test piloting Unit 0. In 2015, Gendo Ikari orders Shinji to come to Tokyo 3. The angel arrives, as prophesied by the Dead Sea Scrolls. Shinji is picked up by Misato and becomes the pilot of EVA Unit 1 once again. So that was it, guys. That's the story of Evangelion before the movie and the TV series. I hope everyone enjoyed it. Let us know what you think in the comments. Feel free to share your theories or comments below. I'll see you guys next time.